Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to my channel. If you're new to my channel, my name is Brenda. In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you my random day as a stay-at-home mom. So in today's video, I was cooking white beans. So it was my first time cooking white beans. Usually we do cook brown beans and lentils. Recently I started cooking lentils, and also yeah, I started cooking lentils here in PNG. Before, I've never cooked lentils, and then so today I decided to cook white beans. It was also my first time cooking white beans. I'm used to cooking lentil, what do you call it, pinto beans. These are the beans, or brown beans. We grew up cooking them, so that's what I'm boiling there. So whilst I'm doing that, my beans is boiling, I go ahead, I do my laundry. So laundry, as usual, it is an everyday task that I make sure that I do it every day. So one thing that I'm doing now, especially on my face is starting to develop acne. I think it is some hormonal imbalances on my face, so it's having acne, it's developing some acne. So I just applied got milk soap, and then I just let that eat on my skin, and I let it sit whilst I do other things before I go and I do what and wash it off. So usually that's what I do in the mornings, so that my face clears, and yeah, it will hopefully it will go back to normal before I go and look for help to a dermatologist. But for now, let's see how it goes. I'll just give it a month or two working on it, like maybe 6 weeks using goat milk. Hopefully it will be okay. So yeah, if you're new to my channel, I'm a wife and a mom to 4 beautiful kids. We are currently in PNG. I just like making content and vlogging around my house, cleaning videos, cooking, taking care of my family.
So before I do
So
my
if you
cooking, I just want to install these curtains. So I'll first change and put on something that is okay, so that I can manage to, climb on the chairs, and then I install these curtains because they're a little bit heavy. So where they've been, I started seeing some big cockroach. I was like, oh my god, my god. So what I will do, some of them, they still have got some hooks, but some don't have hooks. So some, I think I have to install the hooks, to put the hooks like these ones, but some they've got hooks. So I still have got the hooks are here, so I'm gonna be using this, and then I install them. Yeah.
So before I start with installing the curtains, I wanted to prepare the beans and make sure that I cut the vegetables and cook them. And then I just let the beans simmer, since the beans have been boiling since, I think these beans didn't take time to boil actually. They were on the cooker for something like 1 hour, and they were ready to they were just ready for me to cook them. So I wanted to cut some vegetables, different variety of vegetables, so that I can add to this bean, because they were white, and my kids don't like anything without color. So I wanted to add some variety of greens, and also eggplant there, and carrots, pepper, so that there is color in the beans. So that's what I was doing there. So these days I make sure that every week we have got we are getting our protein from beans. And I've started cooking lentil beans. We used to eat sugar beans. I've never alternated anything besides sugar beans, but nowadays I'm trying all kinds of beans. I'm left with eating black beans. I haven't tried them. Hopefully I'll try them. I'll put them in my budget for this week on my shopping list, so that I can buy them and try them. So today I boiled white beans, as you saw those beans that I was boiling there. So what I'm gonna do to add color, I'm gonna add eggplant, that is purple. I'll add also some French peas, which is green, and carrot, and red and green pepper just to have color on my beans. And guys, these beans were so nice. Like when I was cooking them, I was like, oh my god, I don't know if my kids are gonna enjoy this, but guess what, they really enjoyed. And they finished all the beans, which was actually surprising, because usually they leave beans and then it takes us something like 2 days to finish them. But with these ones, they finished the beans. So we had beans and I think it was beans and rice. Yeah. I'm gonna be taking you through the whole process of how I cook my beans. So the good thing with beans is just one, like the base, it just goes with all the beans. So with the base, I mean the stew or the soup that you're gonna be using for the base of your beans is the same, whether it's black beans or brown beans or pinto beans or what you call it, um any type of bean. Okay, so for this one I was just gonna add these vegetables like carrot, greens, peppers, and eggplant, so that I can add color and also enhance the food so that it looks so beautiful and so tasty, colorful and also tasty at the same time. So with beans, it's so easy. If you want to also add your mincemeat when you're cooking these vegetables, you add your mincemeat and then you add your beans on top. If you also want to do meat, if you have finished cooking your meat, whatever, your stew, and then you add your cooked beans or boiled beans on top, you mix everything together and you let it simmer. That way you are good to go with your beans. And to be honest with you, I am loving preparing beans, and it's just one protein that doesn't have labor when you are preparing it. So one vegetable that I have started adding to my cooking or any food is the eggplant. Growing up, I never ate, or we never ate eggplants. Like really, we thought it was white people's food when we were growing up. So we never had them or even bought them. Like when you saw them in the supermarket, you'd be like, oh, what is this? Okay, it's not for us. That was it. But nowadays, I started buying eggplant. Like most of the times, I just buy it. I add it to my stews. It just makes the food nice. I add it to my stir fries. It just adds color to your food, which is actually good. That purple color, it just, especially if you stir fry, oh my god, it comes out so nice and so perfect. So I added eggplant on the soup that I was gonna cook for the beans. So stay tuned for that and see how I cook my beans. This is how I cook my beans even when I was growing up. This is how I learned how to cook beans. You boil it, put it aside, and then you cook your vegetables, whatever vegetables that you have on the side, and then you add those to your beans. The difference now is that different types of sauces and spices that we do put. Growing up, we only used Royco on our beans or anything that we're cooking, but nowadays there's variety, and because of traveling and seeing new things, now we know what to add to enhance flavor to our food. So the green paste there is the paste that I made. I think it was on my last video. This is the green paste that I made last time, and it really do come in handy when I am cooking anything. So one thing I like about beans is that it is a versatile protein. You can have it for breakfast with bread. You can have it for your lunches with chapati. You can have it with mabanzi or mandazi. You can also have it with rice or any other thing, or you can have protein with these beans also. You can serve it with any dish of your choice, even with sweet potatoes, and it's so yummy. That's one thing I like about beans, that it can go handy with any other food that you want to eat with. So yeah, I just added my sauces and everything that I wanted to add on that beans, on the stew, so that when I'm adding the beans and this soup, it's gonna come out nice, and it's also gonna taste so good. So here I just wanted to also add color to these white beans. You know, when someone serves you something white, for us growing up, we were like, mm-mm. Just like when we're eating cabbage, you wanted cabbage that had color. So that's what I was doing here. That's why I wanted to add more vegetables to the beans so that there's color to the beans. So personally, growing up, I never loved beans. I only ate beans when I was eating it with bread, but not beans with salsa. I didn't like it, so I grew up like that. But as I grew and became a mother, I was like, oh, I know it's actually good to eat beans with salsa or with rice. So on this day, I cooked beans and I also cooked coconut rice. Coconut rice is the best. So I use coconut cream for making the coconut rice, which is also, it brings flavor to your rice. And also I started eating coconut rice here in when we moved to PNG. I never cooked coconut rice, so I never put coconut in my rice. But when I started cooking it and putting coconut milk or coconut cream on my rice, it just tasted so different, and the rice tastes so nice. And the smell, I also love the smell of coconut. So that one is a go-to. So I go ahead and I install the curtains, which was the highlight of the day today, installing the curtains. Yo guys, I removed these curtains in June, I remember very well, and I was still waiting for the ladder from the maintenance guys to bring me a ladder or to come and help me install the curtains, but they never did. So I was like, oh, why not, let me just use the chair. I'm used to this, but my hands were so sore and they were so painful. These curtains are a little bit heavy, but I am so happy that I managed to install the curtains and put them back where they belong. The thing is, they are hooks, so when you're using hooks, it's so difficult because you have to go hook by hook. It's not different from the ones with curtain holes, like curtain drills. It's different than these ones. When you're using hooks, it's really difficult. I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say. It's your hands, your neck, everything. But when you're using the ones with holes, it's actually easy. You just put your holes and you put your curtain rod, you are good to go. So what I hate about these hooks curtains is you have to be precise, and you have to know how many hooks you're putting and the gap that you are leaving in between the hooks, so that when you're installing the curtains will be neat when you hang them on the rail there. So that's one thing I hate about this one. Here it is, I'm done and I'm so exhausted, but at least I'm so happy that I managed to install back these curtains, because my laundry didn't have space where I was packing them. But I actually preferred it when it was just white, because it gave this place some air, some light. But anyways, I had to install them so that since the curtain comes with the house and things like that. So but then I didn't put the ones for the kitchen, so these ones are here because I feel like every time I put it's just too much for the kitchen area, and then it's because of some hazard accidents there on the stove. So I didn't want to put any curtains, and then I think it's okay like that without these curtains. Actually, maybe they should have put blinds here on the kitchen area,
But anyways, personally I do prefer those curtains with what do you call them, curtain rings. Yeah, those ones with curtain rails, I think it's better. These ones I really don't like them. I don't know, but I feel like they are so tiresome even to hook, when you're hooking the curtains, because it really took me some time, guys, so I had to take some break and all, considering that I didn't have a ladder. I was also using a chair, so it's just difficult to install these curtains. That's why it was taking me longer to do it. But anyways, I ended up putting them. But if it was me, I would prefer to use curtain rods rather than using this type of measuring tape or something. I'm forgetting the name of it, whereby you put some hooks there, which is I think it's just so tiresome, like putting these things here. It's just so tiresome, and these days people just put those curtain rails, which have got rings and all, which is okay, which have got big holes, so that it doesn't take time to even install. But anyways, I think it's okay for today.